Hello and good afternoon to everyone, or morning, whichever one it is for you. So, I had a couple of cases that kept getting requested that I said I would kind of get to if I could. That would be about, it was again Summer Wells, I believe Harmony, Montgomery, and then there was a new one that was going to be in Pasadena. And then I also said I would do a few different kind of readings. So I kind of wanted to come on a bit early and give people a chance to kind of come on and discuss those things if they've wanted to. So I also do have where you have the self-love spread and the monthly spread. So if you are wanting to kind of look at cases or have your own personal questions, like we can do that too, or we can do where, that you were looking at the spreads that we kind of put out there. So, but I hope everyone is having a good morning so far. We were supposed to start about 3 o'clock, but I did have some other stuff I needed to do around that time. So I wanted to go ahead and get started a bit early. So I do apologize if there's too much sun on this side. But I hope everyone is doing well and doing good through everything that's happening lately. I know everyone's been saying stuff feels off as far as energetically, things like that, but that is something that is like happening right now with all of the moons, the placements, things like that. So I think we did somewhat talk about auras, things like that last time. So I don't know exactly where we left off as far as that kind of information that anyone would want to kind of go into. So again, we can kind of do like a rest of the month spread, as it would be just kind of a regular one. So here's my cards. So I'll use my regular set of cards that I normally do, and then we'll go through kind of like each, maybe we should do each sign or each element. I feel like kind of each element would be good at the same time. So we'll go ahead and kind of do that. So for the element, I'm going to go ahead and write them down as we start them. And as if we all come in and have y'all's own separate requests, I'll go ahead and do that too. So we'll start with fire, and then water, earth, and air. So we'll do it that way. So I hope everybody is doing well. All of the fire signs, which this is Leo season still. So happy birthday, Leos. Hope everything is going great in y'all's world. So again, we have fire, so Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. We're going to see what the spirit guide. So we'll do a basic past, present, future spread for fire signs. And you already have your sign coming out as kind of like the Ace of Wands in reverse, followed by the Page of Pentacles. So see what the future sign is. You have Death, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Page of Wands. So with the Ace of Wands in reverse in the past, so it's kind of like I felt like most of the fire signs, like there was like really no focus, no direction to go that they were seeing, and a bit of a creative block, kind of just not really, or maybe having like a lack of motivation. So, but in the present energy, I kind of feel like they've moved forward. They are kind of wanting to learn new things, be practical, like, also kind of be disciplined a little bit more than what they were in the past. So that also leads to the death cycle in the future. So basically it's an ending of a past behavior. It feels like a lot for fire signs possibly, and a new like kind of transformation for them going forward. There is a earth sign in reverse of female energy. So this is someone who could feel a bit insecure or feeling a bit unself-centered or feeling like they're not getting what they need. But as the time goes on, things start to get more enthusiastic for you. That person will kind of adjust. If they don't adjust, then they'll kind of go their own direction, and you'll have more possibilities and explore with that. So that's kind of like the immediate energy for the Aries. We'll kind of get like a chakra card, see what y'all get, or not just Aries, but Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. And again, I know it is Leo's season. So again, happy Leo season. So you also see sacral, which is going to be attached to that kind of area of fire where you have the Leo season coming right now, the fire season. And so it kind of is just attached to being grounded, kind of sensuality, passion, all of those things, and like moving forward. So you also have forgiveness for some reason. So letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. So you have basically kind of like letting go of something. The number 5 comes out with that. So 5 also does carry a lot of time with that number. 5 will carry conflict, things like that with it, but it's also letting you know you can kind of let go of some of those things and move forward from them. So that is forgiveness for that. And then kind of feeling that's like good for, we can do a Heal Yourself Oracle, because that's the only other oracle we haven't done. So Heal Yourself Oracle for all the fire signs. So have faith. So you have 2 and 2. So 2 and 2 obviously adds up to 4. Or you can take it individually if the number 22 means something to you, but it is just kind of saying have faith. Whatever's gone on in the past should get more structured, more solid, more stable. So you'll have more endurance behind you and have more of a solid foundation. So that's something the fire signs can like kind of look forward to. So I hope that helps y'all in that sense. And then the next one we had was going to be water signs. So you're going to be your Pisces, Scorpios, and Cancers. And again, I hope everyone is having a great day as y'all come in and out. I do have other cases that I kind of like tapped into, got some keywords. It was more Harmony, Montgomery, and the Summer Wells, and then another case. But if no one kind of like hops in, I will probably share those to another like later date. So we're going to kind of go ahead and do the water signs again. In the past, like you're kind of offered something. It could have been, in the material world, but I feel like it was more than what you thought. Maybe you went into something, water signs, thinking like you were going to have like a benefit, or like it's something that like you had studied for, you were going to kind of go into it and start it, but it's something like kind of like, I feel like it was not what you expected and it kind of blindsided you. So therefore, like you feel a bit of negativity around it, or feel like you were entrapped by this situation that you just started this new like path. So let's kind of see where it goes. So it's going to end this situation. So for the water signs, I feel like you went into something new thinking that it would be something great, but at the same time, it was just something that didn't work out the way you expected. It was a bit negative in the sense of like it wasn't the communication, learning experience, all of that you thought it would be. So there was a breakdown, a bit of a defeat. It's going to be in the future. So there'll be some relief when you let go of it. It's a lot of air energy. So it could be related to business, could be friendships, family, relationships, but it could be more business and family, it feels like, for the air signs. So we'll get a little bit more about what you need to know between when you started and how you feel now. So the reason is because there's more like coming. So like when you made this movement towards something, hoping it would work out in the best way, it was meant to kind of lead you somewhere else in a way. So that's why you will end up like ending it and then moving on. So, and the next one will be the Knight of Cups. So yeah, so it's more water energy. So it's going to be water with water. So it's going to kind of be the Knight of Cups. So that's going to be moving forward in a manner of being able to kind of, it's almost like you're chasing your dreams and making sure they happen, but doing it like you're almost romanticizing it, but you're doing it in a way where it's positive. So there's a lot of air and water there. So, you can kind of see where that takes you as far as like the healing energy. We can see where that is going to go for all the water signs. Courage. So number 3 is coming out. So you have a lot of like raw energy, basically development. You're being expressive, like you're creating things, you're making things, you're building things, even with your own hands. Water signs, and you're being courageous about it, because most people probably don't want to do that. They don't want to take the time to do that, because if it doesn't work out, it would be a disappointment. But it seems like you're okay. If it doesn't work out, at least you tried. You are also showing the will. So no matter how long it takes to get you there, you're going to work on that. So you're being very assertive. You have a lot of self-control and direction in which way you want to go. So that's more like the water sign energy. And then we'll hop over to like earth energy. I want to welcome y'all as y'all come in the room. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all are having a great morning so far. If you have any questions, let me know, or any direct questions as far as your sign, where it might go, anything like that. So we have the earth sign. So it's going to be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. What you need to know for like the rest of the month. That's too many. Okay. We get 2 more and then we'll go into it. Why is it in this one too? All right, so for most of the earth signs, I'm kind of feeling like you went into something really determined lately, hoping that it would like really build, and that you keep going off of it. And like it could be business related, it could be, I feel like maybe like relationship related, but it's more business related. So you went in very swiftly because you felt, and you have been trained in it, but I feel like it didn't really pay off in the way that you expected. So basically, that you were feeling a lot of pressure within this community or within that business to kind of like make things work with the Hierophant, because you feel like all of those things you should be good at, or you should have respect with from others. But I feel like also at a lot of time, there's a lot of fear, a lot of confusion on what you should be saying, or should be doing, shouldn't be doing. And so that's where a lot of anxiety and sleeplessness comes in for a lot of the earth signs. So when that moves forward in the future, it's causing a lot of hesitation for you to move forward in like a work environment or a friendship environment, like a family environment, any of those things. But it's very uncertain and very reluctant. So it's something that you kind of need to work on, because judgment is pushing you this way, whether you're sure of it or not. So you're having a lot of self-doubt, earth signs, but try not too much, because I think that, again, earth signs work really hard on things and they don't give themselves enough credit for it. So kind of try to be, you're kind of going through a stage, which is the number 5 and 8, a lot of conflict, a lot of fluctuation, a lot of challenges and defeat in different areas. And then you're also having when those things happen, you'll have a lot of achievement. So with that, there's a lot of procrastination going on. So you'll have a lot of that kind of moving forward. And then let me see what chakras that you kind of get for that energy. So we're going to kind of do some for the earth signs real quick and see what kind of chakra cards they have to pay attention to. Sorry if it's loud. Apologize. All right, so you have gut instinct. So you have follow your gut instinct, intuition, knowing, trust. So this is going to be more when we are in Leo season, so that's kind of showing up for that, but it's also kind of letting you know that you are more like capable of like what you give yourself credit for. So try to kind of go with that. And the last one we're going to do is going to be air. And then we'll sign out. You know, we're not going to stay on too long without, you know. Let's go back to the other work sites. So let's find out what does air need to know for the rest of August. And again, this is just if it fits your situation. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, and just go with it from there. So Ace of Pentacles is in the past. It was in reverse, but the reason I have it up right now is because in the past, usually you feel like there's a lot of mischances, or you probably handled things wrong, or you did something that made a big loss, not only from like a materialistic way, but also a personal investment or feeling way. So in upright is showing that you can start to change that around. You can have more abundance, manifestation, and all those things that you're looking for. Also, the past, in the present, I'm sorry, this was in reverse. So it shows that you kind of feel like giving up on some things. You feel like some things just, you try to make them work and they just don't. So that's something where you're just feeling burnt out. But if you flip the energy around, you can kind of feel more, a little bit more of like determination to make it move on and not be so like lingering, I guess is the best way. So in the future, there's a little bit of withdrawal and a little bit of trying to learn a little bit more of how you should do this. But you can kind of go ahead and just go forward with that, because even though there's some insecurities, we all have insecurities, air signs, and what we do. And that kind of helps us move forward. So good afternoon, Shelly. Hope you're doing well. So we're going to also do a Healing Yourself Oracle for the air sign. So they are having pride. So it's kind of like deal with the pride that you're having, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and move forward, because everybody needs to have a little bit of pride, but don't do it to the point it kills you or it takes away your energy, I guess is the best way to say it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then let's see, chakra cards. So also sound. Music might be something really good for you. Meditation, music, silence, rhythm, vibrations. These are all things that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius that'll help bring in more positive energy for you and help you be able to move forward in a positive way if you're stuck and not really knowing what to do with it too much. So, but thank you, Shelly. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you're doing well. So I did have where we could do I believe it was self-love readings and a couple other readings, but I also did have where I took down a couple cases and words that were attached to them. So I'm trying to find them on this page, but they might be in the other book. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, they're on this page. There's 11-year-old girl in Houston. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I had Summer Wells and Harmony Montgomery because they get asked about them a lot, like a whole lot. So I had them down. How's your day going, though? Yeah. Yeah, I don't get to do them as much as I did in the past, but like I at least still kind of get the opportunity to do them a couple times a week. So I was able to get someone to kind of help with the kids. So I was able to jump on like really quick and kind of reference to the Summer Wells. And then also I had Harmony Montgomery, but it doesn't seem like too many people were able to catch it. So I know it's a little bit of short notice in a way, but it's the only time I can kind of do it. But I did kind of bring up like keywords, things like that with both Summer and Harmony. So and I can share that with y'all, but I don't know if I should share that now or just wait until I can set up a, I guess, bigger live. It's more of like really like I tried to more pin down the location or what the location was like in those areas for both Summer and Harmony. I have kind of mentioned it in the past, but I've mentioned it in certain lives where I haven't like really, that's not what the live was focused on. So again, it would be more Summer and Harmony, and then a new case that's in Pasadena, Texas. So I mean, I do get areas. I do get what it would be like where they are, things like that. But a lot of it, I mean, they're young, so they kind of give you random stuff along with the cases themselves. So, but I also try to pull out key numbers for them. Yeah, it's let me see the name. Yeah, it was that Maria Gonzalez. She was 11 years old, and the request was by Pink Kim IG. So she had kind of requested the video under some other ones. Yeah. So I kind of looked at that. I was going to do a reading on it. I mean, we can kind of like lay down some cards, see what I get. But if it's not a reading that I feel very like is super connective, then I'm going to kind of wait and redo it and kind of feel. So it was that Maria Gonzalez in Houston, Pasadena. She was 11. As y'all come in the room, I hope that y'all are enjoying the chat, and I want to thank y'all for joining us. And if there's any questions y'all have, please let us know, and we will get to that question. Found her in a laundry bag, I believe, like stuffed in some things under the bed. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to do a 9-card spread, so I'm not going to like rush it, right? So she moved, and that was like the whole reason for her to have this new start with her father and this brand new energy. So we'll see what the present energy of that is. That's too many. We have a bunch of closing out cycles for the leading up to her moving there. All right, so immediately the overall energy of moving through, it's very drained, repressed, feeling kind of disconnected. So not feeling very connected. This person is not feeling very connected to the spiritual world, how they deal with it, or any individual at all. So they're very like, and there's a bunch of water on here, actually, pretty much. So when you're going up into her, like the past, present, future, leading up into her moving there. So you already have, there was a lot of like domestic problems going on and a lot of family problems going on. So there was a lot of non-communication between the family, which led to a basic kind of like breakdown of that and defeat, failure. So I don't know why he moved to this particular area, but it kind of felt very heavy, and I felt like I had to. So with the number 10 also being that, is kind of like completion, fulfillment, like a full circle. So it's an ending of a lot of things. So with the number 9, there's also, it's sideways coming out to me. So this is 9 of Cups. So this is also going to, so it's like basically water, air, water. So it's kind of showing me there is some contentment with this movement, or this leading up to what's going on. They felt good about it. They felt good about going where they were going and not needing somebody else. There's a satisfaction there. But when it's sideways, it's also showing me both. So it's also showing a disheartenment that is there, and basically some disillusion, disappointment, and a lot of gloom is going to follow that. So as you go into the present energy, I do feel that they felt they were in a safety and a shelter, but I also do feel in the sense of like, I felt they feel when they moved, especially the father, he felt that possibly he was moving to a better area, maybe even a better job, and it was going to give him more things to look forward to. But there was something not completely right about it, and kind of sketchy. I feel like he knew there were some things that were sketchy, and I'm not blaming any family members. I'm saying there were some things that were sketchy about the situation. So there's basically like, it was like you would kind of step into something and be overwhelmed, or you could be uncertain of what you were stepping into. And so I feel like I went into an area in situation I didn't know very much about. So that's something else that comes out. And I don't feel a whole lot like it's not, I'm not going to say that they didn't know the family or they did know the family, but there's a feeling in between of like, it wasn't unfamiliar completely. So with that, you have someone in the future are finding a lot of problems trying to find common ground with other people, and they're not feeling as if they kind of run the energy. So this could be a boss-like energy, someone who is very stern. They are very logical, disciplined, all of those things, but they make sure that they have all their ducks in a row for whatever reason. So with strength, they are hoping this will give them resilience, patience, all of those things. But then you kind of have to balance both of them. So they're going to have to circle around back to what exactly happened, to where they were. Two things have to match up in the earthly realm. So where were you and what were you doing? And right now, everything's been cleared. But in the past, so have some other things about some stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of the energy more I get for that case. I'd like to know where they came from. I didn't see that. I didn't see where they came from and why. So, but strangulation, again, is something that's very like intimate. So like whether you know the person a bit or there's a reason why you feel pushed to do something like that. So hello, Cappy. How are you? Nice to see you. We're just talking about different cases, and then like obviously other cases that we picked to read. I'll be right back. 1 second. Sorry. I'm great too, thank you. I just grabbed some bacon. So, hi, Mom. So I know Shelly was here, and I know we got talked a little bit about the little girl in Pasadena, but I don't know how much we got into Summer or Harmony's stuff. Sorry, Mom. You bacon. So has anybody heard anything new so far that's here about Summer Wells or Harmony Montgomery? Excuse me. Because I do have a few things written down, but I don't know what all everybody looked into. But if we don't have anything about it, then we'll go ahead and move it to the tonight chat, which should be like around like 4 or 5 for Harmony also, and for Summer. And then we also did Maria Gonzalez, who was in Pasadena. No, I don't feel like she will. I don't feel like she'll be found. I can kind of look into that as far as if Summer Wells will be found, but I really don't feel like she will, just because of where the key words are that she is. So she already has death card coming out, so there's conflict upon that. Yeah, so I don't really still feel like Summer Wells will be found. So even if Summer Wells is found, it's going to be past the point of being able to do anything that's going to help anybody anyways. So I don't feel like it's going to help with her cause of death or anything like that. So, and I've noticed people are very, and then she has number 5. So there's conflict, fluctuation, like changes, there's challenges, like defeat, especially defeat going amongst her case. So that's just kind of what you're going to get with Summer Wells. And the same thing kind of happened with her aunt. So, and he made the comment, you weren't going to figure it out, just like he made the comment with Summer. So, but again, I want to thank y'all for joining us this early. Yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't remember exactly what month she went missing in general, but the thing about her, the numbers that surround her is nothing but conflict and like defeat and secrets. So June, and I've thought about June. June goes with the word harmony. So that would be the month, her month, obviously, in the sense of her birthday name or her birth name. So you have the month before she went missing, you have all these words that are conflictive, like worrisome, challenging, and then the next month you have the exact word harmony that kind of covers her birth date and her birth month. So, but it was all about like harmony, adjustment, like, commitment, pleasures, things like that. So those were all things that were supposed to happen the month of her birthday. One second. Yeah. I think the reason they don't do much, Kathy, with Summer Wells is because they have no body, and some states will prosecute, like especially Texas and places like that. I've seen prosecute with no body, and it goes just fine because nobody, as long as it makes sense, then everybody goes with it. But you go other places, and it's like you can't get away with just no body, like even though it might make sense in another state. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what it is there. I feel like even though you'd get away with that here in Texas, you're not going to get away with that there. I have also not only harmony, let me see, but sorry, not only Summer, but Harmony, Montgomery. And they each gave out numbers too. So Harmony also gave out 8. Number 8 was also rebirth and action for Harmony. So that was the number she gave out. Or I'm sorry, Summer. I'm sorry, I keep getting them mixed up. But Summer gave out basically rebirth and action. But she also gave out like the word box, tomb, cement, cold, dripping, things like that. That's why I don't think that you'll find a lot of that area. She gave out some designs on the box, but it would more be like X's, lines, and O's type of thing. Yeah. I think her mom is just as much kind of like an animal in the sense of like she knows exactly probably what happened and she's done nothing to help, nothing to fix it. So be right back in 1 second though, because my son just woke up, so I'm gonna go check on him. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I feel like with Harmony, I'm not going to say like her stepmom did nothing because she knew what was happening and she was kind of letting certain things go. But for the most part, Harmony seems to point a lot at her dad. a lot at her dad. It's more or less like it's my dad, it's my dad, it's my dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to say anybody else who didn't know about it isn't just as guilty, but she's very, very much blaming, I feel like, her father. So the fact that she got moved, Harmony was moved, I feel like, more than once. I feel like she was moved probably twice. I feel like she was buried under like a tree, like in a really broken down shack area. And then I feel like she was moved over water, like almost like how you would drive over a bridge of a really, really like busy city. And then you see all these lights and all these buildings and all this stuff behind you. But then stuff was kind of dropped as I was being driven in that way. So there's a lot of different things with that. So it's like kind of like that. Like, here's the back line, here's the bridge, and I'm almost like it's so close to the water in the line. It kind of, it's not New York, but it reminds me, I feel like, of pictures of that, of being so close. And then she calls him spineless. So, I mean, I'm sure she's talking about her father. I'll be right back. Okay. So, do you have any other questions, though, or comments, or anything I want to ask about it? Because I did give the most of like all the words, detail that I got for Summer, Harmony, and then even the new case that I had mentioned, which would have been Maria's. So, if you have any independent questions about that, yeah. Yeah, and it didn't. I mean, that was her, whether it was something we want to hear or not, that was her path. So as far as Harmony's was to go down a separate path than her brother, and that be her life story. And that's, but we all have a path that we choose before we get here, and we don't understand it. It makes no sense, and it sounds brutal, but that's just the path it is. Maria's killer. Yeah, I feel like they'll catch Maria's killer. I feel like he probably already has like DNA within the system, and if he doesn't have it within there, he's gonna give it up pretty soon. I don't know. I don't feel like he's somebody who's gonna get away with nothing. I don't think he's never done nothing before. So I think he will get caught. Could be Octoberish area, or I mean, the number 10 comes out for him a lot, 9 to 10. So it could be 9 to 10 weeks, 9 to 10 days, September to October, but it's more 9 to 10. And again, that could just be me feeling like stuff will be figured out and talked about in that time frame. But I'm going to stick with those for right now. And those are usually like a completement, of a situation. But does anybody else have any other comments or cases or anything they want to look into? Sorry, that sounded loud for some reason. No? Okay. So, I will definitely try to do... I've never heard of any British woman named Bully. Is that a recent thing? I'm guessing it's recent. Summer. Okay. So I'll look into it that way, Shelly, and we'll see what we get. But if no one else has anything else, then we will go ahead and sign out. And if I can think of anything to come on later on for... Okay. So I'll look into it. So if I can find anything else to come in, not later, but, if I can come in, a little bit, I guess later this evening, to do any cases, then we will look. And you're welcome, Shelly. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope y'all have a great day. It was nice trying to chat with everyone and see what cases they were interested in and things like that. So I greatly appreciate it. I hope you'll have a great day. I will be gone for a while pretty soon, and then I will come back. I'll be gone for over a week, and then I'll be back. So I hope you'll have a great day. Talk with you soon. Bye.